God! And they just stop talking. They look at me like, what?
I think that.
Shut up. No, but let it breathe so that he's on the mic too, and he's going, "What do you say?" And just keep shaking your fucking.
You need to add some reverb, like really heavy reverb to it. So
Hardest work it is just blowing to the microphone.
I believe this episode is called
The Shug, Shane Hollister, Logan, Ineichen, Lyndon, Ehlers, Wrastlin with music and life for life.
All right, sweetheart, let me cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it.
Otherwise known as this, Wrastlin with Music and Life, episode 29. I just want to say to everybody that exists, SHUUP.
That's the new one right there.
one of those things.
Yeah, I got more over here too, but these are like
reaching for a truly.
These are like these seasonal ones, and I don't know how I feel about them. Maybe you like them.
I like these tropicals.
The tropical ones are good.
They're less bite, and they still have a bite, but they don't bite as much.
Sometimes like this fruit punch one is like a little too sweet, I would say.
They all taste like shit.
Truly.
Before the podcast, we were talking a little bit about Shug's show, but we were also talking about AEW, which you probably didn't watch, and I didn't either. So I watched a little bit of a kind of just hey, this is what happened, you know?
Right.
And that's all I've watched from AEW. I haven't watched one show.
It's rare.
I don't know if anybody listening has gathered, but I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
But
well, honestly, I barely do myself.
I mean, that was the whole point of me being on this show.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of unbiased and outside
there's no bias.
of it.
Yeah.
But I've also existed within it for so long because of you guys.
Well, Shug just made a point that you actually might be biased for, which is that he said, I wanted to tell a lot of peeps that the main event last night did some serious old school wrestling shit.
Yeah.
And I know you've watched a lot of the old school stuff just because it's fucking awesome and people do crazy shit, especially Tales from the Territories. Watch that when you're bored on YouTube. Holy fuck.
Great.
Super
it's fantastic, dude.
Yeah. Pieces of shit. I love them.
Like when they were protecting the business so much that when it was still considered real, people were fans were trying to kill the wrestlers, dude.
That is actually something I've been interested in checking out because I like.
Oh, it's so awesome. Just think about fucking the one I watched with Rowdy Piper. It was like Pacific wrestling. I don't even know. Polynesian wrestling or something.
Yeah.
Dude, it was fucking phenomenal. He has the best lines I've ever seen. And he's a one-liner motherfucker. Land, do you want to see this is the first time you've even seen the new set.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, you've seen it,
but like not in person.
Yeah.
Right. In life, real life.
I haven't even had much chance to look around and see how we're going to make it better.
We're going to make it better.
This is much better than the spider hole.
I think we're going to add some pictures and stuff back there.
Man, yeah. That's going to be karma, bud, because the spider hole, those spiders are still thinking about us. I'm telling you what. They'll figure out a way to get the fuck here. They'll be traveling on the backs of them just in a fucking, and they'll be getting in this motherfucker. Anyway.
I'll call back to what you were saying with Roddy Piper's lines. Mm-hmm. You know that line from They Live is his line. And John Carpenter was reading some of his promos, and he was like, Roddy, you got to put this one in.
Do know that, actually. That's where my movie knowledge and wrestling knowledge overlap.
Yeah.
Dude, his one-liners... Oh, man,
my favorite one, besides obviously the stuff he said in They Live, was don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun. And I was like, and he's so fired up when he says it. I love it. So great.
Well, and again, we have had things happen since last we've seen you, Lands. Obviously, we talked a little bit about your show, but I didn't put anybody over, and I wasn't doing that. I was doing it on purpose because I knew I wanted you kind of to have like a review and just be like, oh, this is what, it's been
Especially
like 2 weeks
bring
now,
up
but
bring up the injury and how it happened.
we gotta know.
I was gonna wear my sling for the podcast, but I
Just to put it over a little more.
Like,
He is becoming a pro wrestler, man. He ain't gonna leave the house without it.
Hey, Ron, we got something to say for you.
well, like I'm to the point now where I can exist throughout the day without it, and I don't feel like my arm's gonna pop out of the socket.
It's probably like horrible and it's just clicking all the time, but he's just like me. He's like,
More
"Ah,
so,
I'll be fine."
yeah, no, like my pain
Emily's
tolerance.
like, get the fucking thing looked at. It's fine.
Well, now it's more so like the reason I didn't get the thumbnail done is because sitting at a computer with my arm forward.
Do you like my temporary thumbnail?
Yeah, I was like, that's just what it's gonna be. That's just what it's gonna be. Episode.
Fuck it, that's it.
I was like, there's no reason to replace that. That's at least funny. No,
Best
so
picture of Shug ever.
I mean,
I was hammered, bro.
Let's start there, I guess, because like, man, first of all, like so many people showed up.
Right.
You didn't even. Here's before I even get into it. I listened to part of the episode last week.
Yeah.
And you didn't even mention that the show you guys went to was my show.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we
That's
didn't,
funny.
we didn't even put it over as your
didn't
second
even
album
say
release.
I didn't even say
Nothing.
Not that it
Nothing.
matters. I mean, there's not a show to promote now. So
Well, yeah, it's already
Right.
happened. It's already happened.
But
It was
yeah.
great. Go ahead.
So it was fucking awesome, man. Like so many people. I mean, I knew people would show up. There were a bunch of people that didn't show up that said they were going to, and a bunch of people that said they weren't going to that did.
Right.
So that was funny. But
Yeah, if I say I'm coming to something, I'm going.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Most of the
no,
time,
yeah.
yeah.
I expected to see you guys. I just when you both show up, I'm kind of like surprised because I've already seen like 20 or 30 people that I know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit! And then I got to run back inside and work. But no, so like, oh, where to start? Cronus Resistor fucking murdered. That was
They were great.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, they're always good. I wish they played more often, but I think they're going to now that they got Brandon Forber,
Yeah. Yeah.
who is such a master.
Really good.
God, he's such a good fucking player.
We all
Holy
have a
shit.
story about that guy.
And
but
he's one of those people where I'll go up to him after the show and be like, dude, you sounded so good. And I'll be like, did I?
I'm gonna go stock the shelf.
I guess
and
I
hide these
did.
more. Fuck
Like,
you.
and I probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
But they were awesome. It was so great to see Jacob Gregory again because he's been such a dad. And
I think he's
hasn't-
also been like a kind of almost a staple of the Quad City scene. For
well,
sure, you
what
know?
I meant was he's been busy actually being a dad.
Yeah.
You know, and he like
dude.
really
so
likes
we,
it.
we talked about that
Yeah.
last week, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I know he showed up, they played, and he was out. Go back home and watch the kid, which is
Hey, man.
I get it. I'm in that
you know,
boat right now.
Like I get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it to a point. So it's and the guy came out and did 100% like he always does, and then went home back to being a dad. So that's great. It was good
Hey,
to
you
see
get
him.
that get that outlet for a little bit, and you go back to regular life, real life, man.
And then Frontal Assault plays.
Right.
And holy shit, I was so excited to see Frontal Assault because we played with them. The third Pit Lord show ever, we met those dudes, and they were all like even younger than because this was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the three guys, right? Yeah.
The thrash band.
Yeah, and they're fucking young ass dudes. What the
dude.
oldest one's like 21, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild,
Yeah. And man, they have the song called Bong Rip Suicide that I'm just like, I love it. It's the hardest fucking thing a band around here has written in forever, and I just love that title. And as soon as they announced it, and they knew exactly, those dudes are so good already at putting on a live show.
Right.
Like, and every time I talk to them, I'm like, you guys are so fucking good. Like you know how to introduce songs, you know what you're doing and everything. And
Just like you guys. You guys playing so young, man. The skies were the limit,
Yeah.
you know?
in fact, they were so good that they fucking announced Bong Rip Suicide, and I just lost it. And I was like getting ready to start that circle pit again. and I got it going. And I remember like passing right past the stage. during like this heavy part where it's sort of the breakdown. So they're one of those thrash breakdowns that are really cool.
Yeah.
And man, I caught somebody's foot or something. I tripped.
Oh,
Somehow mid circle pit. And
damn.
on the way down, so I kind of remember this, but you've all fallen and you don't always remember exactly how you fell or what happened when you fell.
Just did it last Friday.
I didn't hear.
Blacked out.
Or you take a lot of time and you get trained to learn how to fall, not get hurt.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But then you still fall.
It's still,
Yeah, and
you
then
still
you
get
still fall
fucked
and you
up.
still get
Doesn't
hurt.
matter.
And I caught something on the way down with this arm that I was, it's my dominant hand, so I'm like naturally going to break my fall with it. And instead it gets, I don't know if it got kicked or what, enough to where it went back that way as I was falling. And it must have been so quick that it popped back enough that I was able to land on this arm. So I landed on my fucking elbow. And I just remember that feeling like it was like I had a muscle stimulator on my shoulder. Like I felt that buzz. You felt that shock.
But you still have adrenaline, so you're like, fuck
yeah. I got up. It's like somebody helped me up right away. And I was able to get up and like instant sweats,
Yeah, because like, oh,
my
fuck
body,
Yeah.
my body knows. And I like just went up to the front of the stage. She just leaned up against the stage like this, and I was just like, bong rip suicide, still. And then that's when I walked out and I saw you guys in the front, and I was bleeding to my elbow and shit, and my knee was all fucked up too. Like when I got home, I had to peel my pants off of my knee,
Off the scab?
Yeah.
That sucks, bro.
So yeah, but then the rest of the night it was like sore,
Right.
but I was able to play the set and everything totally fine. But man, like after we were done and we were packing up, I was just like, it started
The
to
adrenaline.
set in. Oh, it all wore off. And like the next day, and then that Monday, I went and had it looked at the clinic, and I have like a fracture inside the joint.
Oh man.
Ooh, man. What's recovery time?
They said keep it in a sling as much as you can for 4 to 6 weeks.
Anything with shoulders,
4 to 6.
there's
Yeah,
really
dude.
no good call. Like
No,
Slight
it's
separation in this one from, I took a tumbleweed from a guy, and it's that where you do like a flip into them when they're in the turnbuckle. He hit me with the point of his elbow right here.
Yeah.
And it was literally a minute into the fucking match, and it separated.
Yeah.
And we had to wrestle for another 5 minutes, and I had to give him a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and all of their weight is on this arm. And I'm like, I'm not going to hurt him.
You had that separation anxiety. Great video game.
Luckily, I didn't separate anything. They said that everything was still intact. It's just somewhere inside the joint. The greater tuberosity, as they call it.
Fuck. Is that your next album name?
And so at the clinic, they were kind of like, we don't really know what to do about it because, all we can do is x-ray.
Because we're a clinic.
Well, yeah.
We're a clinic. So they gave me a sling and a game, it's like maybe go get it checked out at like the orthopedic center for like sports injuries, which I have yet to do. Because I can brush my hair again.
Well, again, wait those 4 to 6 weeks, and if it ain't fucking
That's-
like where you have more mobility
That's
and
what
shit.
I'm gonna do, yeah. Because everybody, a shoulder injury seems like such an old man injury. Because I've had nothing but like old men at work,
Like the bruised ribs in the shoulders.
Chop top of my thumb off. It's been yearly. That's my fall injury, apparently. Literally.
Oh man,
and-
with forklifts. Oh, I've seen a lot.
So
'Cause I get the OSHA report every day.
Yeah,
And and forklift drivers driving into fucking people's offices and shit.
Oh, the fuck?
Yeah, it happens.
What, do they fall asleep or something? What's going on? Seriously? Holy shit, I was just kidding.
Yeah, I work for John Deere and I've seen it, everything.
I've listened. Those seats get real comfy.
Yeah.
And real warm, and you get used to doing the same thing. It's like it's just as easy as like falling asleep
Autopilot,
driving.
bro.
Yep.
Straight up.
Yeah, I work in a place where there's only one forklift and one guy running it, and I've been on it for like 45 minutes. In the summer heat, but you're tired.
You're sitting down, so it's not like you're physically moving.
And then if you got to get out and get back on, you just makes you extra tired.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And as that movie once said, as a dub, fork.
Yeah, and then you factor in just basic like human error. Like, when you're driving in a car, at some point in your life, you have hit the gas on accident when you meant to hit the brake, just because you were like
100%,
like panicking. Happens on a forklift too, and then you forget you have fucking like 150-pound steel spikes in front of you, backed by like 3,500 pounds of fucking forklift. Dude, that shit can go through a cement wall and stab somebody.
That's
speaking of the next band.
I've seen the OSHA videos. I've seen the OSHA videos.
Yeah, that shit's, dude.
Very well. The next band.
My old man worked in an environment like that forever, and I've heard stories. But anyways, so yeah, my shoulder's okay. It works, but it sucked that had to happen earlier on in the show. But still, I mean, like Evangelist was the shit, and Toxic Ruin fucking.
Dude,
murder.
They're fucking rad.
Yeah, those dudes are so
everybody was rad. Don't get me wrong.
Rad.
But like, you had put them over so much to me that I was like, all right, let's see if they live up to the hype. And those guys were fucking good, bro. Like that was fucking sweet.
They always fucking
good young bucks. That were doing the fucking deed. They were great.
I walked up to the lead singer after you told me, he's like, he throws up after like every time he plays. I walked up to him, was like, you thrown up yet? And he's all, no, I'm good, man. I haven't done it yet.
I actually think this was like the first show in a while that he didn't do it, because I was talking to him about it earlier. Because there's this story when we played the Cannibal Cookout together. One year, he had to go out and do it, and he ran out behind the building and is vomiting. And the guy that booked the show, Steve Squatch, follows him.
What a name!
Yeah,
what a fucking name!
He said that night, and I thought that was hilarious.
And Steve Squatch is like, "You okay?" And Toxic Steve, he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. This happens every time." And Steve's like, "Every time?" He's like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm okay." But yeah, man, it was great. I dropped my fucking pack for my in-ears again. I need to find a better place to like hook that on. So I had issues here and there during every time, man. It's so hard to navigate, right? Because like you can put that thing in a spot and you feel like, oh, that works. Like you put that in the spot during practice, and when we jam, I'm okay for now. But I mean, I'll take one.
Walker likes to disappear on you.
When we jam, we try to. I try to like have a jam session every now and then where I'm pretending like we're on stage. So
yeah,
I take my hair down and I try to, use the same energy that I would. I try to headbang and stuff. And that's also that, like, all the way I have everything set up on me, see if it works. Because I have the monitors, I have the earbuds run through my shirt and everything. And that goes to the pack. And the worst thing is if the pack falls off, it can pop open. The batteries can shoot out. Then I have to put battery. I've had to do that. Like I've had to put the batteries back in the pack and find the pack, find the batteries, all in the middle of a song. So it's been a struggle. I don't know how Dan never has any issues with it, but I seem to be the only one that has issues.
He's figured it out.
Yeah, he figured it out. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it has to do with that, like he has the fan on him.
Yeah.
And it blows his hair back. I can't do that because my hair is so thick and it gets soaked. So it's just like stiff, wet hair.
Even with a nice fan on you?
With a fan, dude. It's just like gross.
Like an overpowering fan.
I'd also
hate. Way bigger than Dan's? That would be awesome.
I also prefer to be sweaty and gross.
That's true.
Just makes it more intense. I don't like a fan on.
You wanna know where the slime lives.
So I have like my hair getting. So I've been trying for months to get that set up the way it needs to be so that I can play the way I would play without them. So I had some issues, but other than that, it was fine. It was a fun show.
Fuck yeah.
We made a lot of money. Everybody that night got fucking paid, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. So.
That is the best outcome.
Yeah, man.
In any show.
And a good turnout.
I mean,
good turnout.
That show paid for our album.
Yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Paid for the records. So we did okay.
Yeah.
I guess that was the plan. So it was super cool to have everybody out and do it. Now it's over. Now we can take a break. Even though I'd much rather be playing like 10 more shows since we just put out an album. But holy fuck, dude, we hit it harder this year than we ever did. So that was kind of like our top off for the year.
Well, and I don't know. I'm just seeing through Facebook. Obviously, it looks like you're doing some Obsidian Hammer, aka was it Helm Splitter? Or what? I don't know.
No,
one
it's
of your
Obsidian
bands.
Hammer. Obsidian Hammer is
All right.
active again. Has been for a little bit.
So you're already kind of looking into.
Yeah,
probably playing a show,
we've
if I had to
played
guess.
one show back since we started jamming again like a year ago. I'm trying to decide on a lineup. I want to book an Obsidian Hammer show in town.
Fuck yeah.
Just so there's a handful of other bands I want to bring down. It's not going to be as big of a show because we're not releasing anything yet. Like we have a label set up to release our first full length.
Okay.
We just got to do it. We got to record it and stuff. But I want to book a show in town. And I want to bring some more bands down and have another local show. I just got to figure out where and when and blah, 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 blah.
Seems to be the Raccoon Motel.
That fucking place is rad.
That place is
bro.
the shit, though.
It's
you
fucking
guys haven't
sweet.
been to enough shows there. I'm telling you.
No.
That was the first show for me, and it was
such
just a really good vibe.
venue. And then, like, the green room, like, the back room is awesome because they've got,
I
like,
didn't see
carpet
that.
and a couch. There's a full bathroom with, like, a shower.
Oh,
And,
shit,
like, a
dude. You can
fridge
play a
and
show,
stuff.
you're like, I feel gross. I'm jumping
Bro,
in the shower.
yeah, 100%. Like, if you're a touring band, that's amazing because you can literally go.
Yeah.
You can go and you can just shower there when you get there. Like, there's like space like for you to like sleep.
Yeah.
You know, we end up packing it with gear all the time because they kind of sacrificed space for that. But yeah, man, it's a rad place. I like it. I've just anytime we've played shows there, I just myself personally, I've had technical issues every time. But yeah, dope venue. That's my favorite kind of venue.
Well, I want to put over Chicken Boy again, like I did last episode, because I barely know the guy, even though I've known of him this whole time since '99.
Forever.
You know, but he did a fucking great job. He had his shit together for sure. And if that guy wants to do all of your shows, you should allow that.
I think he has. I think he's run the sound for us every time except for the first show.
Fuck yeah.
Because Joanna ran sound with the very first Pillar show at Ripco. I don't think, otherwise I don't think it's been anybody else.
Right.
I don't remember who was running sound at the Die Artist Murder show, so I can't remember. But it's almost always been Chicken Boy. Cause
I feel bad for missing that show because I like The Artist Murder. I know a lot of people don't, but
missed it.
Yeah, that fucking
such a good show.
Yeah, it was at Ripco, right?
Yeah. That was
kind of glad I missed that one. Anyway,
yeah, you're a cunt. What a cunt!
Just kidding.
They're awesome.
It's not a thing anymore, right?
Huh?
Is Ripco still a thing?
It's around.
Okay,
It's
At
just
least
the
it
district.
was.
The district itself is kind of dying.
Yeah, the district is dead. The district
Like,
is
I don't even think I don't know if the daiquiri factory is even open over there anymore.
I think that's why they moved it over here.
Well, and I think that one's about to close. Downtown, already, yeah.
Ah, fuck you! Garbage ass fuck.
You're fucking $10
Shenanigans Part 10, anyways.
Not really, though. Not really.
Listen, it's people. Wait, it's all that spot. It's all that corner. It's all the same people that go back to that whatever bar is there. It doesn't matter who owns it.
Yeah.
It's the same group of people that goes back there. I mean, just like if Kilkenny's, it's just like the Open Door.
Right.
How many different bars the Open Door has had?
Well, now it's like Gillies.
Yeah, Gillies, and it's
heard
the best
phenomenal.
place. It's the best bar it's ever been.
Yeah.
I
heard
know
nothing but good.
those owners. They're awesome. If you want a fucking legit michelada, they make them at Gillies, and it's so good. They like go down to fucking Texas and get like the stuff to make.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, good place. But just because like the place changes, the crowd doesn't. And it's the same place. Now I don't know if that's why or if they are closing the DAC factory.
Well, when I was down there, the crowd, it's all young people. I mean, it's the same, like, it's just young people. So, like, when I went down there, it was like Halloween weekend.
Right.
And again, I wish I would have just went and seen Judas Priest because I ended up getting too fucking hammered anyway. So it wasn't that fun. I got too hammered too fast, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night at like 11, I was like, I'm ready to go the fuck home. Like, and I should have just went and seen Judas Priest, then went out and been like, all right, well, I'm kind of sober because go buy a drink at Tax Slayer Center, fucking waste of time. You might as well sneak shooters in your pockets to get into that place.
Bro, it took me forever at Burt Kreischer the day before.
Yeah.
Like, I literally sat in line forever. I've got, like, I don't even know how many drinks I got.
It's one of those things where you better, like, give me a drink carrier so I can carry, like, 4 of them.
I'm such an old bitch. I was like, oh, this is really funny. Now, again, I was fucking dead. Like, I wake up at 5, bro.
Yeah, it's early, man.
I'm fucking ready to go 9-9.
Was it you that was saying, I think it might have been on... Was it you that was saying it wasn't as funny because you listen to his shows so much?
But you already knew all the...
That's how I feel about like every stand-up I listen to their podcast. I don't listen. Ari Shaffir is the only one.
Yeah, no, he did great on Jew.
Like Jew was amazing. Yeah, he's the only one whose specials I watch.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Free on YouTube.
Yeah?
It's called Jew. Ari Shaffir, great.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not just. I mean, put like a shit ton of production into it just to put it on YouTube, and that's the way to do it. That's so good.
You reach more people, you know, and that's just it. You know, people want non-paid things,
and it's my favorite thing about it is he called Jehovah's Witnesses the Harry Potter of Christianity. And I felt that so hard.
Parents, right?
That was me growing up, and I was like,
God.
oh, that's amazing. Because somebody yells out, Jehovah's Witness, and he goes, oh, yeah, that's okay. The Harry Potter of Christianity.
The fact that he had that already in his back pocket,
so
you know?
good.
Oh,
So
my God.
that's
They
I
must be an
love it
Oscar
so
man.
much.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with that. That's why I'm never interested when a comedian like that comes through town.
Yeah.
Or at least when it's somebody whose show podcasts I listen to regularly, because that's...
Again, like, that's where, like, if you do go see them, like Logan said, like, sometimes they're opening acts that you've never really heard of before.
That's
the good shit no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's, again, like, I'm kicking myself. I didn't realize that Bill Burr was as close as he fucking was and did Peoria.
Yeah.
Like, last month?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
everybody tours through Peoria.
Really?
Yeah, Peoria is...
That's only, hour 45?
I thought Peoria was literally the sinkhole.
You know who's from Peoria?
Everybody
Richard
that's
Pryor.
bad.
Richard Pryor is from fucking Peoria? Oh, okay.
And I mean, that's everybody from
Mudvayne's
Peoria.
I guess, a piece of shit.
Richard Pryor,
But-
but he would always
Yeah.
acknowledge that he was a piece of shit, though, in his act.
That club, I don't know if it's the same club that he did up, but there's a club there that like every big comedian loves because they're really, really good to the comics and stuff, and it's like a legit comic.
That's probably the one he did, then, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the guy that runs it is like hardcore, like only about the comics, yeah, it's so, everybody goes through Peoria.
See, I need to pay more attention to that then, because that's not that long of a drive.
It's not, dude.
No, it's not. I mean,
It's not like driving to fucking Chicago, which is like
three
hours, bro.
Hard 3 hours. And that sucks too, because there's a new record store in Chicago that I really want to go to called Meteor Gem. It's literally all death metal.
Oh.
And
that's fucking rad.
It's like a small shop, but it's, I mean, anything and everything that I would typically like order is in that
already there.
shop.
Yeah.
So basically, Lyndon's going to get his like bonus check. And
I told Emily, because she wants to go too, and I told Emily, as like, when we go, I'm going to have to take like $300. Like, just to spend.
and then, obviously I still have the debit card, but I'm only planning on spending the $300.
$300 cash.
Nice.
No, like, it's because, man, there was a year at Full Terror Assault, I easily spent $250 on hard music alone.
Yeah.
Like records and tapes and CDs.
Well, and there's a larger point there, which is that people like you, musicians, but also just metal, we still like the hard copy.
I love it,
and
man.
We've said this so many times on this podcast, man. There's not a lot of people on the earth that actually still buy shit.
Here's the thing.
I think that's actually
metal.
changing a lot more.
I would say
I think so.
I feel like that is false. One reason, the biggest reason, is because Taylor Swift's last album was the
I just said country.
the largest. Huh?
I said country.
She's not country anymore. She's straight up pop music, dude. She doesn't do country music anymore.
It was regardless of genre.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift's last album was the largest amount, the largest pressing of any album on vinyl ever.
ever.
we
That's
talked about
fucking crazy to think of.
There is no reason for me to believe that people aren't buying physical music now more than they were at least 10 years ago.
Right.
There's 100%. There's no reason like Universal or whatever huge label she's on is pressing that much if people aren't going to buy it.
Right.
Yeah. And they're
they can't
charging
afford
like
to lose
40
that money.
to $50 for like a double LP.
Oh shit.
There was a huge shortage in materials for pressing records like a year and a half ago, and it was because of that.
Wow.
It was legitimately because of Taylor
I think
Swift.
we talked about that before.
Yeah. She's so like there's so many hooks. It's almost
Listen, I'm not.
Hold on, it's almost tailored strictly by it.
Fucking knew it was coming.
God, I was
Should've
so
known.
And you gotta
hoping.
know.
I was so hoping.
Come on, bitch! I want to tell you this.
We're never getting back together.
Fuck.
Was that loud? I'm
Fucking
sorry.
A.
Ain't never gonna be the same.
I just fuck.
So I've probably invested like, which is this not a lot of money, but like $100 in the last year to get both a CD player, a tape player,
Wow.
and
Yeah, man, having all of
record
that.
player. Now I can buy CDs, records, and tapes. I can buy any album on any of those formats and be happy because I have
CD,
ways to
records,
listen to
and
all of
tapes.
that in my
Do
living
you
room.
have like that system like in your place where it's like you could put that in and it still goes through all your big speakers and everything? You have that whole setup. See, that's fucking genius right
Well,
there.
I mean,
that's fucking
that's
awesome.
how
That's
they did it
physical.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
right.
Physical.
You have a stereo receiver. I have a Yamaha receiver I bought for $150 on Amazon. It's got a remote.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
It also has Bluetooth. So I can literally just
shit,
Bluetooth.
dude.
I can just Bluetooth.
We can do it all. I can have my
do it all.
physical and then I can do
Yeah.
my podcast.
Listen to this.
Right.
This is not totally relevant, but so I have Bluetooth on my stereo receiver, and then I have a wall-mounted CD player / Bluetooth thing in my kitchen. And literally, what I'll do is when I'm moving to the living room to the kitchen to like make dinner, I just turn the Bluetooth on in the kitchen, and I turn my system off in the living room and walk into my kitchen. And my phone automatically connects.
Yep.
Picks up, bang. So,
Fuck yeah.
but dude, it is literally like I'm so happy I can buy CDs again and not just for like having them in my car.
Right.
That is a big up because I don't have Bluetooth in my car yet because I still only drive like a 2009.
And then when you get those radio ones, they suck. They don't sound good.
There are probably better ones now. Like there's other shit to use other than that now.
Right.
There's like,
okay.
Like, because my phone is only Bluetooth, but you can get a USB-C to the whatever 9 3/4 inch or
There's always a
there's always a way around it. Yeah,
Right.
But it's shitty.
Yeah.
But at least in my living room, dude, like that to me is the best way to listen to music is literally just sitting in my.
You're really living in that room.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's one of 3. It's one of 4 rooms in my apartment.
Just trying to find a podcast name for this. Guys, come on. Quit being bitches. Just watch me. Watch me go. All right, go ahead.
But like, yeah, I think it's super important to have physical music, and I mean, I am happy to run out of space regularly. We just bought a new shelf today, and it's already half filled.
Well,
There
it's
it
a
is.
physical thing, you know, and a lot of people that go to Shug shows, they want them T-shirts that he keeps talking
I
about.
fuck up. I need to, again, I got, well, here's another,
City,
right.
Just call them and make them.
Well, the cool thing is, like,
a little bitch.
the cool thing is, I think with me starting to work more, it gives me more incentive to.
Especially if you're going to CSW, you're going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Those fans want some.
Well, and then I'm going to be going to
merch, buddy.
AEW
I'm still
this
saying,
week.
I'm saying you need to do like some sort of a thing, but for you, whether it's like maybe not a documentary, but some a compilation of matches.
That'd be
that
cool.
all needs to be on.
He's got a few of them
Yeah.
on YouTube. I think.
VHS, pull that back out. Because if I pull that out at a show, people are going to be like, oh, fuck, nobody has VHSs anymore.
100%. I'm fucking telling you.
Dude,
there are
that'd be
companies
good.
that make them, and you can have like custom shells that are like look really good. but it's still VHS. Like Frozen
that'd be
Soul did
dope.
it. Frozen Soul
rad.
released a live show on VHS that you could only buy at their shows.
Wow.
And it was like an ice blue shell that was like translucent, but it came in like a clamshell box.
That's fucking rad, dude.
You know, and think about it though. Think about how many wrestling fans have VHS players because they have old wrestling tapes.
Yeah, of course.
And you could literally make the label look like a handwritten.
Right.
I mean, make it look like old wrestling tapes.
Do you guys remember the Independence Day VHS? On how it was like translucent?
Yeah, the special edition one.
When
It's
you
the
said
same thing.
that,
Yeah.
that reminded me of that.
Yeah. Memory unlocked.
Cool as fuck.
Welcome to Earth.
But that was here's my thing. I love releasing a certain kind of merch that forces if somebody wants it bad enough, they'll go buy a cassette player or a VHS player
Right.
just to or they'll buy it just to have it, even if they can't use it, which I'd be like, hey, just, you go to Goodwill.
Then they'll ask you to sign it, of course. You autograph it and then just fucking hang on to it.
But I love that's when we released our first 2 EPs on physical for the first time. I was like, let's just do it on cassette.
That's rad.
Nice.
Because I want to force people to get into that.
Yeah.
And if they want it bad enough, if they want them on physical, they'll buy them anyways. Because I know plenty of people that buy cassettes that don't have a cassette player. But it's like, it's fun to do that. It's fun to be like, how badly do you want this? Because you know how many people bought records from us that don't have record players?
Right.
And how many times, like,
Hopefully people with horse and buggy. Because
they got to start their car. You got to crank the radiator on their car.
Lyndon, I like would you like our butter we churned?
Hey, good show tonight, bud. See you later.
But yeah, again, like that's the genius idea. Like,
I think
like,
it's fun.
It forces people to do. It's like, again, like Lyndon said, it's like it'll force you to have to go out and get a VCR.
Also, though, even more important, I think, is the people that do collect VHS or do latch on that will buy it instantly. When I go to a band, I love cassettes so much. When I go to your merch table and I see cassettes, guaranteed. I paid $18
for a cassette,
for a fucking Sanguis Sugabog cassette because it was a live tape. They weren't selling it anywhere else.
Wow,
$18 fucking dollars, and the B-side didn't even work. It ended up being a defective tape, and I'm still like so happy to have paid that amount.
Nice.
So there are those people. I like, obviously it's a very niche group.
Right.
But to me, that kind of thing sticks out, even if I'm somebody that looks at your stuff and I go, well, I don't have a VHS player, so I'm not going to buy that. But I'm always going to remember that you did that.
Yeah.
And I might later on down the road just go, you know what, I'm going to fucking buy a VHS because I've always wanted Jurassic Park on tape or something.
Oh,
like,
right.
You tap into those niche things and interests.
Fuck yeah.
And it is so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you imagine how many people I have now wearing aprons that would have normally not worn an apron when they cook because it's fucking the modern age.
It's kind of weird.
An apron.
Yeah.
You know? Unless you're cooking for people, but
Yeah, you're cooking bacon though. Watch the fuck out. That grease will fucking ruin something.
well, I mean, if you want to cook bacon naked,
If
you want to cook bacon naked, you can just put an apron on.
There it is.
You know,
sounds good. Show us the video.
But but yeah, that's again merch. I got to start doing more of it. Even smaller things like you can make more money off of fucking like a little sticker with my name on it, or
Buttons.
like buttons, anything like that.
Yeah, I woke up the next day after your fucking show and go, "What the fuck is this frontal assault button on?" And then I thought about it. I'm like, I bet you that's what he tripped on.
I don't know what it was, man. I wish I could go back and I wish there was a video of me. I was telling Will from Frontal Assault, I was like, yeah, man, he was asking me about it. He's like, I ate shit during Bong Rip Suicide. He's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why?
It's apologizing.
I would, if it were me. I've had somebody crack their head open during my set, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome. I mean, I'm sorry, but it wasn't our fault. You fell.
Right.
Well, last Dark Rift, when we fucking everybody was bleeding. I was like, what the fuck is that? Does somebody have a razor out there?
I think
Skin color, dog. Skin color.
everybody in the crowd's skin color.
It was weird,
Don't slice. Poke.
It was
Poke a bunch
weird,
of times.
dude. People had like different like a
I wish somebody
another
would have told me
eye.
that.
Hey, I learned that. By the way, that little thing I just made that little joke about, like, don't slice, poke. That's why Tommy Dreamer does not have scars on his fucking forehead.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker got some of the best color in the business ever.
Yeah.
And he was like, poke. Because then
I was
it's
just watching a story with Mick Foley, and he was trying to do the hard way. A lot of people don't know what the hard way is when you slice down, and he got taught by Terry Funk, who legit could do it.
Right.
Which meant that he punched down.
It's this little sliver right here. And when you would Terry Funk's punches for the most part were kind of stiff and snug anyways,
what I hear,
and he'd punch you in the fucking forehead for the most part. But like when you wanted to get a hard way, it's the eyebrow. And
so it's the eyebrow opening up, and then blood just fucking gushing.
oh yeah, it's from your head. Anything from your head, just go like.
I just saw this clip from TikTok. So I'm not stupid enough to be on TikTok.
Right.
And it was this girl doing this like she's lip syncing to the song, and part of it she wants to stab with like a kitchen knife. She has a kitchen knife, and it's like a real kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on part of this song, she starts like making the stabbing motion, and then the knife wobbles
It cuts
in her
her.
hand, and it comes right by, and it cuts down through her fucking eyebrow right here and through her nose.
Oh,
like in one.
God.
And it's instant gush.
Oh,
and you see her
God.
go, you see her look at the camera, she's like, and it's like cut through her fucking nostril, and like, I mean, like it had to be, she probably needed at least like 4 stitches right here, and it was hard to watch. I watched it like 50 times.
Hard to watch.
I couldn't look. I have the same attention span as everyone else. So I was like, "Ooh, hold on."
It hits it, and then the next fucking ad is Gushers. You want to eat some Gushers?
It was like kids on like a wild rapids of blood. Like,
Hey, slice your face and eat some Gushers.
Oh.
Well, it's gushing.
Oh man.
an ad for The Shining on Blu-ray.
All right, Shuggy, you did have a show.
Yes.
We want to know.
All right, so
Tell us.
I don't get to work heel very often, like at all. I mean, again, I work for SCW and CSW and AAW. So when I'm given the opportunity, it's such a blast. It's so fun. And last night, I got to open the show with an opponent that I've worked with a bunch of times. Marche Rocket, 6'4", big-ass dude. And, like, he has...
Motherfucker says that, motherfucker.
Yeah, he does.
Okay,
He's like,
cool.
motherfucker. And then, I mean, you know, he throws it around. But, like, he has one of the biggest hands, and when he throws a chop, that motherfucker hurts, boy. So my thing was, like, the whole time he's trying to get his hands on me, I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm like doing that whole heel thing where I dug my head under the ropes and have the ref pull him back. So my thing was, I was like, hey, Marche, when I chop you, kind of brush it off. Like, and then look at me, and I'm going to word, fuck. And, like, I did it all slow, and instantly, before anything happened, the entire crowd's like, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. I was like, oh, we already got him. I look at him, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, here we go. So, like, we did the whole thing where he chases me around the ring. He slides in after me, and I start stomping him. Oh. And his taunt, or like his chant is like, all day. Like that's what they chant. Yeah. So, like, as he slides in, I start stomping him like, all day my ass. And I hit the ropes, and he chopped me. And first off, it fucking hurt like a motherfucker because his hand's like this big. So, like, when he chopped me, it's loud as fuck, and the crowd just exploded like I got dropped on my head from the top rope. But I was like, I love the fact that we don't have to do stupid shit, and it still works. Right. So, like, that was super fun. But yeah, the entire match, we were telling a story of, like, because we worked each other 2 months prior, where I did a suicide dive, and he, like, just caught me, put me on my feet, kicked me in the gut, and then powerbombed me on the apron.
Damn.
So, like, when he went to do it this time, I gave him a Rana, and he ate the post. So then I pulled him back and pushed him back into the post and rolled in the ring, selling the fuck out of my chest because like a typical heel, I was like, I'll take a count out win. I don't want to fucking get hit anymore. Right. I'm like, count him out. He gets in at night. I'm like, fuck.
I love it.
So like I was just having fun, man, and it's a blast, bro. Like it's the just most when we opened the show, it was just the most realistically basic, but again, being a heel that's smaller than the babyface can be tough. It's a different story to have to tell, so I have to chop him down with certain things or take advantage of he's taller than me, I might be a little bit quicker than him. So like we told that story, and then like I cheated to win, and it was the most old school cheap way to fucking win. Like you remember the suplex from the apron, or somebody grabs the babyface's ankles, and then the heel falls on top of him, and then they hold his feet down. Yeah. Well, fucking Solomon forgot to hold his feet down, and I'm like landing on top of him, like, bro, grab his fucking feet, and he didn't grab his feet. But whatever, it still went over like a bang, and like I got to like, I was like, all right, perfect, fucking. But like
they didn't give you a mic at all.
No. Well, no. But that's all right though. But we cut.
You need to put.
I'm in a group, so we're called the Hate Keepers.
Okay,
and it's just a bunch of the Black and the Brave boys and me.
Hate Keepers. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
All right, so
Keepers of Hate.
Yes.
I like
so
that
like
better.
So at the end of the show, I was like, dude, I'm gonna pull out some shit that I've seen before, and it's the most arrogant shit I had ever seen. It was a promo on me, and I was like, I'm stealing Eddie Kingston's shit. I don't give a fuck. So like Eddie Kingston, because we were wrestling in Berwyn, Illinois, at the Eagles Club, and they always had random shit upstairs. So like there was a wheelchair. So anyways, Eddie's in a wheelchair, and I'll proceed to do what I cut the promo of what he said, kind of in a way. And we're all in a group standing back there. There's me, Jay Marsden, Shane Boucher, Solomon Tupu, and Conan Lycan. So we're all a group, and we're called the Hate Keepers, and like we're doing this promo, and like we're like talking for a second. I was like, hey guys, shit, man, I got a question for all you guys, man, because I'm feeling it. My back, my legs, everything's hurt, man. This might as well be a wheelchair because we're holding up this fucking company. I like it, yeah. And I was like, that is the most asshole thing you could ever say, and I fucking loved it. I was like, I'm stealing that shit.
Who the fuck am I, Atlas? Because I'm holding up the whole fucking globe. You idiot! Shut! You're wrong! Shut!
So throughout the night we're like just killing it. Like Jay Marsden and Shane Boucher had a fucking a street fight, and they did fucking tables, chairs, barbed wire, fucking light tubes. I was like, so when I jumped in the ring, because I was talking to Alicia,
elbow deep.
but like when I jumped in the ring to like celebrate with them after they won, there's thumbtacks everywhere. So I had thumbtacks stuck in the bottom of my fucking Converse. It didn't hurt me, but I'm walking around. I'm like, what the fuck is the click?
But it takes like one stomp.
Especially with Converse, man. Those soles are like
it's not a thick sole.
No, it's not. So like we're in the back, and I'm popping them off, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't feel any of that shit. So, but like the glass is the thing I'm always more fucking worried about. Not to get cut through my shoes or anything, because that shit becomes powder realistically. But like anybody who rolls around, dude, that shit hurts. So, but yeah. Dude, that was such a fucking blast.
Imagine having an entrance, right, where they play your whatever tune, but it's elbow deep that plays it, and they just beat the shit out of each other while you're walking through.
They beat the fuck out of each other, and then I walk through them after they're both like down on the ground.
Yeah.
Even better. Before your entrance, they lay out hot coals all the way, and you just do your whole entrance on hot coals.
That'd be cool.
And you just actually do it.
Yeah. Wrestle barefoot.
Like you ever get a show where you're where it's an outdoor show and it's like in grass, just lay hot coals out there, and then you just leave them.
If it's bluegrass, you got to paint it black.
Well, I mean, I think the coal would kind of turn it black, would not?
Did you?
So, anyway.
You didn't pull up my old video of you on that episode, did you?
I don't believe I did.
Like,
but
where
didn't
you
say
actually
bluegrass,
say
my
that?
friend.
Well, not bluegrass.
No, it was like where he's like, your grass is green, and then I painted it black.
Bro,
And there was no, Logan was dead fucking serious. Like, there was
Yeah,
no.
Lyndon said I didn't. Well, he said something I didn't like. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna film you," and I said, "Fuck you."
He was like, your grass was green, and then I painted it black. And like his face was like all lit up, and then it was like a promo. It's like, then I painted it black. It was like,
Yeah, I like doing promos, bro.
it's like that scene when Christian Bale was at the fucking dry cleaners. He's like, and his face is real serious when he runs into somebody he knows. It's like, now I gotta fucking fake this shit.
Holy fuck.
Fuck him.
Good for you.
Oh, fucking good.
Damn, that still rings true in my
it's
head.
fucking great.
I don't fucking care.
Like that's what I should start doing in promos. Like just use all Logan's shit where he was mad, and I just cut off the baby face in the middle of talking. Like, oh god, and they just stop talking. They look at me like, what?
I think that.
Shut up. No, but let it breathe so
Yeah.
that he's on the mic too, and
Yes.
he's going, "What do you say?" And just go, and just keep shaking your fucking.
You need to add some reverb, like really heavy reverb to it. So
I'm just working is just blowing to the microphone.
I believe this episode is called.
Yeah, I would say.
by the way, completely unrelated now, but I have to remember to tell you now. I now have The Bride of Reanimator on VHS.
Oh, you serious,
Yes,
dude?
yeah.
See, again, that's fucking rad, man.
That's
like
cool.
that's cool.
What the fuck is that? Who gives a fuck?
Reanimator.
You don't have. It doesn't matter. We should do. It would be a funny idea to do something for the Patreon where we like watch a really shit
horror movie.
like, horror,
And then we
shit
just
horror
like
movie.
we pause and
And,
it's like,
it's mostly just gonna be Logan going the entire way.
Oh,
through the
yeah.
movie. Oh good. Oh, so he's just fucking severed head's just gonna eat her out.
hey, that is called the head
That's what
giving
happens.
head scene from Reanimator.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the thing.
Oh my god. But no, there's
What's the one that bruh made me watch that was like the
Dead
most
Alive.
gory. Dead
Fucking
Alive.
that
Okay.
one, but who
I hate that.
it was Peter Jackson, right?
Yeah, that's old
yeah,
Peter Jackson.
yeah.
I hate that movie. Would you, bruh?
The blood was
You didn't
like,
like it?
Bruh and Tim, and I think, were you there? It was when Tim lived up off of Novus.
I was there.
And that's when I watched it
Right.
for the first time, and I was drinking. I drank like 4 of those fucking Smirnoff like variety pack.
yeah,
malt
dude, that's like
liquor
gut run
things.
instantly.
Yeah.
I hear 4 and I'm like, ooh.
Oh well, I drank 4 of them, and then
Yeah.
bro's like, "You guys want to watch Dead Alive?" And
Hey, can you say that again? Because all I heard was,
bro, I remember bro being like, I almost vomited last time I tried to watch this. And I'm like, that bad? Sick. Dead Alive, dude? Dead Alive is fucking...
It wasn't that bad.
no.
Okay, here's the thing.
But
Here's the thing.
I've seen I've actually never watched the whole movie, but like the blood never looked real enough for me to be like, oh,
it
that's
doesn't
gross.
look real. Well, okay, the blood's not the issue. It was the ears falling off and like the soup and like feeding like the zombie.
Oh yeah,
parts
that's
and
pretty fucking
shit.
gross.
And just like the general feel of that movie, which is it's so campy. It's like ultra camp.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, where you have like the priest that does karate and shit. He's like, I kick ass for the Lord. And it's just like, it's so stupid.
We need to watch this
Is-
and then like just
So there's one thing that's
Figure it
always
out.
this is
Figure it out.
going to be a weird parallel, but it reminds me of like if you ever mention British comedy to Derek Aarons,
Yeah.
he will lose his mind. He's like, I remember Derek going, British comedy is like the most repulsive thing. he's like he's
Why is it so
repulsed by
bad?
British comedy. I don't know, right?
Monty Python.
But for some reason, I feel the same way about Dead Alive and about like camp like that too, where I'm like,
That's weird.
oh, get it the fuck away from me. This like makes me so mad and grossed out at the same time. It repulses me.
So, you know,
It's like,
you remember my memory and how bad it is, boys, and you're really good at horror flicks. I just remember that there is a movie where there's like, he's in like an apartment and he's just like fighting all this fucking creatures and shit. And I don't know what it's called. And I've tried that, you know, I try to get you guys to see.
Is it, how old is it?
No, it's like it's a house. And
How
it's
old
like
is it?
all of a sudden there's just like creatures and shit, and he's fucking them up. And there's one in the bathroom, I remember. Like, and then like there's like the house becomes like fucking a slope where he's like,
Was it House?
was that called House?
It came out in '86, produced by Sean Cunningham, who like did fucking Friday the 13th.
Super scary.
Was there a guy?
Sounds like House.
Well, there was a soldier, but he was like bone.
Yeah, that's House.
It's fucking House.
Yeah.
Oh, what that was called House?
Yeah, it's called House.
Yeah.
Watch that
Dude,
again.
There was
Hey,
House.
by
There's
the way,
House 2.
Kick-ass.
They knew
That
that
movie
they
was
were
badass.
making more of a comedy than a horror movie.
It was
though.
kind of a
they
comedy.
knew
It
it.
reminded me of Evil Dead, kind of in
Yeah.
a sense, you know. But it was like,
But he was also
kick-ass.
he was
Why was it believable? Because it was like in a house.
well, and his kid and then watch it.
I know that sounds stupid,
but, like-
when I was a kid, I was like, dude, if I go to the bathroom and I take a shit,
The one
there's gonna
scene-
be a fucking guy with the
The one scene that freaked me out was the fucking
you fuckers.
what is that fucking whatever fish it was that's on the fucking wall comes alive and it's
Yep,
making
yeah.
noises like flapping around, and then he
You know-
shoots it. He's like,
You know what's funny is I just rewatched it like in the last 2 years.
Me
and
too.
I still don't remember hardly anything.
What?
From it.
I watched
I just
it.
remember it
It was
was
hilarious.
crustier than I remember.
What's that
And then
mean?
it also makes me realize I think I had only seen House 2 until recently. Because
Right.
the soldier guy comes back and he's like a good guy.
No.
No.
It's a different guy. It's
a different guy.
That's like a western. He's a cowboy.
Yes, he's a cowboy.
But like,
Yeah.
Was the whole thing that he was like imagining it?
no, it was real.
Oh, it was real?
Well, the part when you watch it now after having kids is like his son disappeared in the swimming pool.
Right, I remember that.
And like
That
that's
was
what, and then he like it was Big Ben was the villain's name, and fucking had his son because apparently Roger left. He's like kill me. Instead, Big Ben became a soldier, like a prisoner of war, and then they tortured him to death. So like then all of his past came back to haunt him in this house. So like there was stuff in that I'm like I rewatched. There's a part where because like there's so many things that happen. He's a single man, so he's trying to lie to his ex. So he turns on music when he answers the phone. Sounds like it's too loud. He's at a party.
Right.
There's a bunch of shit going on. But like, there's a part where he gets instantly thrown in a friend zone with this hot chick, and is like, "Hey, you can watch my son, so I go on a date." This kid almost
I
gets
remember
fucking
that.
abducted too, or killed by a monster, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Right.
But like, it's way better than I remembered. Actually, honestly,
I feel like that was just so enclosed. When I say enclosed, I just mean the movie took place in just
in a house.
one spot.
Yeah.
And a lot of those really do well for me. I don't know what it is.
You like an isolated
I think
horror
so.
movie.
I think
Like,
that's why I like It's Always Sunny. 'Cause
Trapped.
They're at the same bar.
No,
in
they
every
are
episode.
and then the series got shitty after like 4 seasons, and then
They
suddenly
were
it wasn't
at the
always
same
at the bar.
But they kind of recollected about not
Yeah.
being at the same bar though, because that's why
Yeah.
I just like that enclosed thing, you know. And
I know what you
I
mean.
was
I like that.
Yeah.
Like Panic Room.
Panic
Even though it's not
Room,
really a horror movie.
I don't think I ever
or it's
watched
just
that.
I think like anything where you're kind of stuck. Like in a certain area, like you're like eating Evil Dead movie.
Right.
You're in that same, well, besides Army of Darkness, obviously, but like you're like stuck in that place. You're stuck in that environment is
Yeah.
kind of like,
The Thing. I think the Thing.
the
is
thing,
probably my
the
favorite, 'cause
isolation.
Yeah.
You can't leave. You
Yeah.
literally can't.
You're
There's
going to die.
nowhere
You're not
go.
going to make it. Like where you're going to go, you're going to freeze to death before you're gone.
Nowhere. Oh, I love it. See, I will parrot what you were saying, but also I like it when you're enclosed by like nature. stuck as like an island, or you're fucking stuck in the Arctic.
Yeah. It was like isolation. Yeah, isolation horror, where like you're kind of stuck where you are
in the fucking caves. Do you remember The Descent?
Dude, that's one of the scariest fucking movies,
dude. The most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
The girl that's in that.
All the
and you're like, oh my god,
they're all hot and they all get
whole ass.
They all get the funny thing is injured.
Before even you see the monsters, it's still building of true terror of like, oh my god. First off, I can get claustrophobic, so that's why like
that's
going to like what is it, Makokata Caves, like as a kid, I'm like, if it's small, I'm fucking scared that I'm gonna get stuck.
Right.
So like that already scared me before I saw those fucking things anyway. So that was
go to Makokata, and I'm gonna tell you, this is real life scary. So we were gonna go to maybe just to a trail, and just this during the summer, and I'm like, let's get out, go hike. And I swear to God, when we first say we're going to do that, a guy randomly just murdered a whole family.
Yeah.
And I go, what the fuck? Like, I'm not doing that shit.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, but it's also...
It's alarming. It makes me want to get a gat, which I'm going to.
But it's also happenstance, man. It's just like...
You took a left. You were supposed to take a right.
Wrong turn.
Yeah.
Good movie.
How many they made? Like 5 of them. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wait,
Henry Rollins was in one of them.
Yeah. They made a bunch of them.
Okay,
the original had what's her name? Oh gosh, she was in.
The original was probably the only one that was good.
Yeah. But I mean, again, that's all parody.
Explain what Wrong Turn was, because I'm.
But that's all stolen from kind of like. The Hills Have Eyes, kind of. It was almost the same story.
Wrong Turn was a movie. It was made in like.
What's the one with Chevy Chase and the babies and they were fucked up?
What?
And fucking.
What?
Not Wrong
I'm
Turn.
so lost, bro.
Last Thing on the Left or something.
Last House on the Left, and Chevy Chase was definitely not in that fucking movie.
Chevy Chase, there's bones. It's fucking the guy from fucking Ghostbusters in it. He wrote it. Fuck.
Why do you think it's Chevy Chase? Because I don't think it's Chevy Chase.
It's fucking Chevy Chase is in the goddamn movie.
Oh my god, Demi Moore. Demi Moore's in it too.
What is that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
One of the greatest fucking movies.
Fuck, dude.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god, it's a movie. It was like, all right. So Demi Moore's in it. Chevy Chase is in it. And Dan Aykroyd is like this.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yes, it's Dan Aykroyd.
Oh,
and he's like,
he
looks like
God.
He looks like an old man. I want to say like.
Is it Last
Holy
Turn
shit!
on the Left?
No, it's nothing like that.
It's fucking.
Grab your phone. Fuck.
Dan Aykroyd has like heavy prosthetics.
Yeah, he looks super old.
He eats a weenie, and it's like a dick joke
Shit, dude,
where they're like he's eating cops.
I literally just watched I just watched a show where they talked about this movie, and I can't fucking remember.
Fuck.
It's one of those. It's not Risky Business, obviously, because that's Tom Cruise, but it's a title like that. It's
something about trouble. I want to say.
Oh yeah, Trouble.
Fuck is it called?
Is it just Big Trouble?
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's called Big Trouble.
Might be. I don't know.
Fuck this. I'm grabbing my phone.
Yeah. Just
Point is,
fucking look it up.
man,
Nobody said you
I
can't
wanna let you
IMDb
know
something.
that these guys obviously should know that they're.
I got it.
Literally,
Yeah, I got it.
Evil Dead is great, but these guys think that's the
Nothing
greatest
but
movie
trouble.
of all time. Nothing but
trouble. There it
I have
is.
to look it up.
Nothing but
Bitch.
great fucking movie.
Yeah, it's been a
Pretty
long time.
unknown.
And I liked it because it was just one house that they were fucked that they had to go to, and then fucking the Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump.
Fuck.
Here's the thing. I've never seen it. I've never seen it all the way through. I've just seen people talk about it.
It makes me want to watch it now.
You have to watch it. It's fucking phenomenal.
It's
probably on your
okay.
fucking Shudder.
It's not up my alley for sure because it's that weirdo.
There's got to be a
It looks like
horror
the
movie
Garbage
called
Pail
something
Kids
in the
movie.
alley.
It looks like the Garbage Pail Kids.
By the way,
does.
that's what was great about it. It was Garbage Pail before Garbage.
Do you remember
Pail.
that movie Freaked? How about that? Let's deep dive.
I don't know if I know that one. Who was in that?
It had what's his name? Alex
Eight-Legged Freaks.
from Bill and Ted.
Oh, Alex Winter.
Alex
okay.
Winter.
Oh, no.
Freaked.
I thought it was called Freaks, where he becomes this.
Freaked.
Yeah, and they're
like one half his face is like goblin.
Yeah. And like he becomes a part of like all these other freaks.
Yeah, because they all get like mutated.
Yes.
Dude.
Wow. That's a long time.
That's
Shit, I ain't seen that in a long
All I
time.
gotta say about that is
Alex
I'm no
Winter.
fucking prawn.
Alex Winter.
I'm no fucking prawn.
Yeah.
I'm no fucking prawn.
That's
You know?
I forget
The
that
fact
guy's
that
name.
they're still trying, apparently there's still in talks of doing a sequel to that.
Nobody needs it.
I truly agree they don't either.
What was the movie that they made a sequel of recently that like everybody had been waiting for and it came out and nobody gave a shit?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
There's been a
that's probably
handful.
lot.
Like Independence Day Resurgence was one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who gave a fuck?
Holy
Nobody said welcome to Earth.
No, and also,
ever-
who gave a fuck?
You want to watch a movie that feels like you're having a dream,
Yes.
where you wake up and you like have to tell like your wife or your girlfriend like, I had a dream that they made a sequel to Independence Day, and there was this shit in it called Moon Milk. And it seemed like they
Dude,
they threw the fucking Petronas Towers from Malaysia and they landed in France, and then you realize that that's what actually happened in the fucking movie, and it like got released in theaters. And dude, no, but like there was another one too where it was kind of like, I know when they do inevitably make like District 10 or whatever, it'll come out and
It's probably going to let everyone down.
it'll blow up
Probably.
and it'll be so
Might
stupid
not.
because, dude, I mean, like, remember, can you imagine if 7 came out today?
Yeah.
Or like a modern version of
yeah.
7?
Yeah.
Chances that they turn that into like a Saw universe thing, 100%.
Oh, probably.
But
Yeah.
seven was amazing. That was an amazing movie in the 90s because when it ended so dark.
Well,
So
it was not a
super
fucking
dark.
happy
And you
ending.
could have drawn
alternate endings.
so
and
many
it was great.
potential things after that, right? But they
Right,
didn't, because that's when you would make a movie and then just move on.
Right. So it's like when I've been watching, like we talked about it before. I've been wanting to I want to buy all of them eventually because I want the physical copy. They have the In Search of Darkness documentaries, and each one is almost 4 hours long.
Yeah, they're
but
long
it's
as fuck.
all about 80s horror and how they break down sometimes even the psychology of some of the movies.
I
and
never
stuff.
got to watch the second one. I only saw the first one.
Oh, dude, it's great. Like, yeah, it's really good.
Damn.
So-
It's later on, like obviously around times, I'm like, I definitely watched a lot more of these movies than I did the first time they walked like through that documentary.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that you guys said House. Now I can.
It's on, dude. It's
wanna
on.
rewatch it
I think it's on
now.
HBO Max, dude.
Oh,
I'm positive it is
I have
actually.
to watch that
because I watched it not that long ago, or Prime. It might be on
Have
Prime.
you seen? So speaking of isolation, I saw this trailer for a movie coming out that Willem Dafoe is in called Inside.
Oh.
Where he plays an art thief. Like he breaks into really like high profile like places and steals like expensive art.
Right.
And in this movie, he breaks into this like high tech apartment where he's going to steal art, and he gets locked in. There's like a security system that takes over,
Sounds
and he gets
familiar.
locked in. And the whole movie is him locked in this fucking apartment in like a high rise, just going insane because he can't get out.
Nice.
He's trying to get out and he can't get out, and nobody comes to find him, and he's just in there forever.
If any actor could play that, it would be him. Because you guys see Lighthouse?
Oh, I have not watched The Lighthouse yet,
Dude,
but
I
I've
almost
seen-
didn't watch it because the fucking guy from Twilight. What's his name?
Oh, he was Batman.
Nope, don't know.
Yeah, he ended up being Batman. And by the way,
He was a really
because
good Bruce
I
Wayne.
watched
I didn't
that
watch that
movie.
either.
I watched that movie. I was like, I can believe him as Batman because he's a fucking good actor.
We need to talk. We need to talk about the Batman after this. 'Cause
Right.
I have some shit to say. I don't think I've fully. But
What is it?
The Lighthouse.
Controversial? You don't want to say it on this controversial show?
no, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because I thought the movie was junk. Right. Anyways,
Which is good. You can say that
The Lighthouse.
right now.
The Lighthouse.
I just said it. Shane was talking about The Lighthouse.
But the Lighthouse again.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. What the fuck is his name? Pattinson. Fuck, I can't remember his first name. Whatever. Robert Pattinson. Yes. Okay. So it's these two dudes isolated
I feel like I've seen this.
in a lighthouse, and it's in
all
black and white.
Yeah.
It's in black and white.
Yeah, I think I've
so.
seen
Like
this.
it's the slow burn of them both kind of going fucking insane.
Lighthouses make you insane just looking at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who would want to do that?
Remember Shutter Island?
Oh.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
is it Shutter Island,
Shutter Island.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Great movie.
Why all wet, baby?
Yeah. I would never want to be in a lighthouse.
No.
Ever.
I kind of would.
No,
I kinda wanna
just
go-
for a tour.
Yeah.
Just walk
Really?
I don't want to fucking stay the night.
during the day.
Really? I want to live
yeah.
all the way at the top with the light.
The-
I
and-
just
wouldn't.
never sleep.
well,
No, you wouldn't, because you'd never live in the attic at West 2nd Street, so I know you're a liar.
So the whole this movie though, they had this different way they spoke of like almost sailors speak, and like they say things, and I'm like, fuck, I barely understood what he was saying, but I'm fucking
kind of
glued.
get it. Yeah.
I'm glued. So like in Willem Dafoe, I almost said Willem Dafoe is fucking amazing in this. Both of them are. It's two
Robert
guys.
Pattinson's a really good fucking actor.
He is, dude. He really is.
Twilight sucked, but that's
this
bad
came out
material.
a while back, right?
The what? Lighthouse?
No.
This is like 5 years ago.
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's shot in black and white.
Okay.
And like
I
it's
remember it.
it's
It
fucking
is
great.
technically considered a horror film.
Yes.
It was
because
it was no
there's some
house, but it was pretty
not
good.
only that,
The
there's
light
some weird shit. There's a lot of a lot of weird shit going on in this movie with these guys both kind of going fucking insane. Like it's just give it a watch. Like if you haven't watched it, it's like what the fuck is going on? Like kind of like they're both losing their fucking minds. Again, isolated. You're fucking stuck
I
there
love
for so long because the boats to come get you aren't showing up for like what a fucking month.
Yeah.
So like
That was all of life before that.
Yeah.
right.
With
There
everything.
is- there was no satellite tracking.
Wasn't there
Yes.
a Mist movie that was like early on where they
The fog.
Was it The Mist?
There's
Where they are like
The Mist was always it always took place in modern times.
was it modern?
Yeah, the fog, the same thing.
Yeah, it kinda was modern
The
time.
old The Fog.
Wherever-
yeah, but like the
died.
fog was
It still
John
took
Carpenter.
place in like contemporary.
Yeah, it was
still,
yeah.
like-
There was, but
was
there
it?
was,
But
there
they
was.
said basically the fog just comes through. and
Well, there
just
was like a
murders everybody.
with the. I guess it was the. I guess it'd be like the radio person. The radio personality was almost in a lighthouse. So
Right.
maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And it was what's her name?
Yeah.
Bardot or something like that. Not Bardot. Whatever.
Adrienne
she had big old
Barbeau.
boobs. What is
Adrienne Barbeau.
it? Yes, there
She's
it
in
is.
Creep Show.
Yeah, she's in
Oh,
Creep
yeah,
Show,
she
and
had
she was in the
fucking
original
huge tits.
Swamp
in a
Thing.
lot. She's
She was in the original Swamp Thing.
It's Adrienne fucking Barbeau.
Yeah, dude, she was a smoke show, man, back then. Anyways,
Smoke
never
show
wore
Barbeau.
never wore a bra.
No,
never.
I remember from that one Creep Show part.
But she was actually nervous to play that role because she was like, I don't know how to be this person. It was the first time she had to be an asshole and like be unlikable. And you're watching, you're like, I hope she get fucking dies.
Yeah, I can't wait for her to get eaten by that baboon thing under the stairs.
Well, that's the whole thing.
God damn! She's like, God damn it, Harold! Can't you do anything right? And you're just sitting there as like an
It's like, I
11-year-old
hope that
kid going,
monster-
I hope this fucking cunt gets fucking eaten right now. And then the thing's just like,
I'm like,
fucking
it's like
chomps into her throat.
It's the one time you're like, yeah, fuck
Yeah,
you,
fuck you, bitch. fuck all women, you fucking bitch. I was like 12 and hormonal and fucking shit. It's like, yeah, get eaten. And then she does. And even like the husband who's like literally like fantasizes about shooting her in the fucking
Oh,
face.
throughout the whole movie
And
of like her
he's
dying.
even he's like, oh, but then you can tell he's like, yeah.
Good, I'm glad.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking good riddance, you
Fuck
fucking
you.
bitch.
Till death do us part.
And then he drops the fucking box in the ocean.
Yeah.
Creep Show is the shit.
Dude, it was fucking sweet.
I'm
man.
telling
Liam Neeson was in the first one.
Next Halloween, we're watching horror movies.
I can't
Yes.
believe, like, your ex that you hate so much, or it's the current guy's wife, and he hates her so much he's getting eaten. He goes,
And she's bitching at him like, you can't even fucking die right. Fuck you, bitch. Shut up.
Like, even when you're dying, you're still being fucking annoying. Still pushing people's fucking buttons.
well, all right, so we're to the close here. I want to say if you guys have something to sell,
I got.
let me know. Do you got some dates? And,
I have
real
my
quick?
next
Go
show
ahead,
this
buddy.
week.
Plug it.
I haven't been advertised, but that's okay. And AEW
Yeah.
in Chicago this Friday, which was, damn, here I am, not even knowing the date. Look at me. Is it, what is it, the 25th? Yeah, it would be well, man, I'm retarded. Hang on. I don't know dates.
It's like the guy from Critters that had the Volkswagen. And
Yeah, it's the 25th. I was right.
At the he couldn't get to his freaking job. Like
Okay.
a pussy.
Okay, so Danny's done this every year, and I've always asked Dan why he does this.
Yeah.
He runs Black Friday. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, people spend a bunch of money already.
Yeah.
But again, every time he runs it, the fucking place is sold out, packed as fuck. I think it's, in my head, the only thing I can think of is like they did all their shopping and we're like, fuck it, I want to go sit down and be fucking entertained.
Good.
So like it's actually a fucking good sell every fucking year. So yeah, it's the 25th, Black Friday,
Nice.
fucking AAW Chicago.
Fucking love it. What do you got, Bubba?
Well, we don't have any shows booked, so I guess go to our Bandcamp.
There you go.
It's, you can just Google Pitlord Bandcamp. That's the easiest way. Otherwise, I think it's bandcamp.com or pitlord dot band. It's fucking whatever. Just Google.
Buy some
You can just
goddamn
fucking
merchandise.
Google it like any other goddamn fucking person. Facebook, Pitlord, whatever. And buy our stuff. We have the new shirts, the CDs, the records. I want to do tapes soon and shorts for spring. And follow our YouTube channel and follow Frontal Assault and Toxic Ruin and Devangelist and Obsidian Shrine and Elbow Deep and fucking
Metallica.
Dryad from Iowa City, Metallica. Listen to an album called Ride the Lightning. It's pretty okay.
The first album I listened to.
Listen to
I do want to have a conversation about like
Here we go.
the big four
Yeah.
and like maybe our favorite albums by those guys. One of these days.
We can probably do that, I suppose.
If
we're bored enough.
if you actually listen to all four of them.
I will. I mean, I'll go out of my way to listen to more Anthrax, but I only know like one. album.
Yeah, I ain't
Yeah.
trying to go to sleep.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Scotty Ian's the only thing that's cool about Anthrax. I have to go though. 'Cause I have to go to
It's
bed.
getting late.
Wrestling with Music and Life, and I just want to thank all you guys for watching. Like and subscribe and comment down below. And I want to say too, if you can check out wrestlingwithmusicandlife.com, it is officially live. Last episode I got to still put up, but who gives a flying fuck? You're gonna love it in a sense, and I got to fix it for the fucking phone thing because I fucked it up. And I want you guys to check that shit out just because I'm trying to make it to where we maybe don't have to have a Patreon and maybe we can have a fucking website thing. Okay? Lyndon's taking a shit on my idea right now, which is good. Maybe
I wasn't
Mm.
in reaction to any ideas. I was just making noise.
Everybody
Dropping loads.
at the same time, just say 1, 2, 3. All right, love you guys. Take it easy.